Welcome back to the Alley Cats Anonymous, the worst show on the internet, the FloGrappling Show, coming to you live from Flow Studios. We just had a big weekend, and we're here to recap it all. But as always, I'm Trey Robinson. We got Uncle Reed sitting over there, and then a surprise, Joey Gilps over on the side desk. I know I was tricking you guys. You thought we'd have all three of us down here, but we got Joey Gilps over there on the ones and twos. But AIGA just went down this weekend, so we're going to dive into a lot of that action. We're going to look back at some of the big moments, big matches from AIGA this weekend. But just overall, what'd you guys think about the world of jiu-jitsu this weekend?
Yeah, awesome week, man. Awesome weekend of jiu-jitsu. So many matches, so many big teams. You had 10th Planet, you had Checkmat, finishers, plenty of good action, plenty of good submission. It was a fun weekend for jiu-jitsu, absolutely.
For sure. Joe?
It was an awesome weekend of jiu-jitsu. I felt like I was waking up with no-gi euros and some of that IBJJF stuff. I was enjoying later on a lot of this AIGA stuff. I thought the event was really well produced. I thought that fighters all brought it. It was a really awesome weekend, man.
Yeah, so it wasn't just obviously AIGA this weekend. No-gi Euros was going down too. I didn't get to catch a lot of the no-gi Euros, but I saw just, some cool names out there coming home, no-gi Euros champs, like Rafael Lovato still doing it, super heavyweight champ.
What a legend.
Gabriel Almeida was the open class champ. I also saw Sebastian Rodriguez. Julian was out there. He got like a two-time Junie, I think. So some cool stuff going down at no-gi Euros as well. But
cool seeing that tournament grow, right? That tournament's really like becoming like a thing.
100%, dude. It seemed like that was like, obviously there was a lot of good talent at AIGA, and that was like obviously a lot of people who live in the United States, but no-gi Euros was also like a hot place to be, like 100%. Watching, I was like, damn, like this would have been sick to be there in Italy, kind of seeing that one.
Junio Kazia was out there?
Yeah, he won the light feather.
He won light feather?
Yeah,
Wow,
big time.
That's awesome.
That was like his second no-gi Euros gold, I believe.
Okay, and he's no-gi world champion now too, so that dude's getting some feathers in his cap.
He's been crushing number 2 ranked 135 pounder. Mikey hasn't been down to 135 in a while, so Junie's getting really close to that number 1 spot. Junie's the man.
Who's the number 1 spot?
Mikey.
Oh, okay.
So Mikey.
Yeah.
So funny that I cracked the door open even a little bit for Trey to talk about European Jiu-Jitsu, and he's like, done, let's go. European Jiu-Jitsu.
Brother, you didn't crack the door. I kicked the door in. I was going to talk about it no matter what you said. So.
All right, perfect.
I'm the European Jiu-Jitsu guy. I don't care about any other style of Jiu-Jitsu. If I opened a gym, I wouldn't go Keenan's route, all right? I wouldn't call it AJJ American Jiu-Jitsu. I'm going to open a European Jiu-Jitsu gym in America. You talk about differentiating your brand, bro? I'm going to open a new gym, and I'm not even going to open it in Austin, Texas. I'm going to go out to Lubbock, Texas, all right? Some West Texas, just cowboy shit, and I'm going to open a European Jiu-Jitsu gym.
Home of Buddy Holly, of course.
Yep, and I'm going to call it Gunslingers European Jiu-Jitsu. How about that?
That sounds pretty,
honestly, super sick name for it.
Honestly, pretty sick idea here, to be honest. European Jiu-Jitsu, like you got to be the first one to jump on the European
Who wants in? Early investors? Anybody want in? Somebody call me.
What's the evaluation? How much do you need? Or
probably just like a pocket full of cash.
All right.
Would be my estimate.
I'll hook it up.
Appreciate
sure.
that.
We can make it
I'll give you a half pocket for half ownership.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking. I like that. What can you offer, Reed?
I'll go full pocket. I'll give you full
Oh,
pocket.
I'm out. That's too rich for my blood. I'm out.
Yeah.
Love it.
But, I might have to Diaz Brothers this, go home with a pocket full of cash by the end of it is my ultimate plan. But
they, in Lubbock, you can visit Buddy Holly's childhood home from the 1950s that's kind of like fully preserved.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a museum,
I got to be honest with you. I know Buddy Holly, like legend and all that. I think I know more of Buddy Holly, the Weezer song, than I know of Buddy Holly himself. Could you sing a little bit or something real quick?
Yeah, Reed, lay it down for it. You got the pipes for it.
Boy Named Sue,
Boy Named Sue is Johnny Cash.
Well, Buddy Holly definitely did a cover of it then.
Gotcha. But that's definitely Johnny Cash, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No. What is good Buddy Holly songs?
I know the Weezer ones.
Crying, waiting, hoping, crying, waiting, hoping, do. When she comes back, you're the one I love, and I've been thinking about you all.
And that's a little taste of what you're gonna get at the Gunslingers Open, man. All right, when we're
I definitely butchered the song, but it's something.
It's just so we don't get demonetized.
No, that's not Buddy Holly though. That's not Buddy Holly either.
This devastating, dude.
Damn,
Reed
Reed.
is not a Buddy Holly guy. Someone put it on the record, man.
But not a Buddy Holly record.
No, it's been a minute since I've listened to Buddy Holly for sure. But
Fair. Well, lucky for you, I have a feeling that the comments are going to let us know immediately the Buddy Holly songs, and that it's disgusting that we didn't know them already. So I honestly, we deserve it too. So feel free to fire away all your best Buddy Holly
legend, absolute legend. The day the music died, Buddy Holly's the man.
All right. Well, I guess we should get into some AIGA then. Since we obviously aren't up to snuff on the Buddy Holly knowledge.
Yeah. AIGA. Yep.
Yeah, we were gonna make this a Buddy Holly podcast, but I guess not anymore.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Obviously, it was a sick event. I was at a wedding, so I couldn't watch day 1, but I did watch day 2, and day 2 was pretty electric all the way through, to be honest. Big takeaway, and I know, Joe, you watched it all, so you'll probably have some better input, but Checkmat looks sick. Honestly, just all the way through, those guys looked so good. 10th Planet looked good as well. A lot of people looked really good, but it was obviously Checkmat who ended up getting the win and kind of just was like, damn, all these dudes are getting submissions. They all look incredible. I maybe didn't predict them, to be honest, as like the team I thought would walk away with the win. I thought maybe 10th Planet would do it, to be honest. But for one, it seems like a lot of teams changed like up till the last second.
Yeah.
So what all was your takeaway, Joe, from that one?
Big time. I think that coming in, 10th Planet was probably the on-paper favorite. I think Checkmat showed up. Checkmat has been having an incredible 2024. They had multiple world champions, the IBJJF World Championships. Adam Wardzinski, Tata, Jackson Nagai had an incredible year winning Worlds, winning Pans. And then they came here to AIGA and they put a stamp on it in Nogi, right? They had just an awesome performance from beginning to end. I thought especially in the finals, they kind of ran away with it. And, man, shout out to Lucas Late, shout out to everybody over there, because Checkmat has really just this year established themselves even more as like one of the best teams in the world. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. No,
I feel like Reed's over there looking up Buddy Holly songs.
I just had to look up real quick Buddy Holly songs.
He's over there just like...
I was like, wait a second. I had to look this up. Crying, Waiting, Hoping is a Buddy Holly song. So
Okay.
Boom,
I was like, wait a second. But yeah, okay.
You guys should have never doubted us watching at home, dude. You didn't think we knew Buddy Holly, bro?
No, get back to AIGA for sure. Back to AIGA. I thought, Checkmat looked great. I thought, really, honestly, one of the biggest takeaways for me is like Francisco Lowe, man. Francisco Lowe is
MVP.
Yeah,
3 subs, right?
3 subs.
That dude
Over
is
tough
so
guys,
good
too.
And honestly, just super fun to watch. Explosive. He's just got a look about him that kind of like he kind of looks, just like a killer.
Yeah.
Like a scary dude to grapple. So
Big time. I want to bring this up. Francisco Lowe's look. No grappler in the world right now changes haircuts with the frequency of Francisco Lowe. And I'm not talking a little trim up here and there. It is a wildly different haircut every 2 weeks on this guy, where it'll be like long in the back, like almost a mullet. He'll show up 2 weeks later, his head is shaved. He comes back and he's back to the mullet in 2 weeks' time. Then suddenly he's got like a half afro or something.
Yeah,
this guy's just able to move his hair.
Well, honestly, Checkmat in general is one of the teams I feel like that do the different haircut things all the time. They show up to Worlds with their hair bleached, like as a team. I feel like they all kind of
a little bit of style points.
Yeah, they do have some style. I mean, when you got Kyle Chambers on the mat, it's hard to get style points.
Yeah,
to be honest,
he kind of soaks them all up.
Exactly. Kyle Chambers just steals all the style points pretty much from everybody. But
how many dudes do you think in the jiu-jitsu world, total number, can pull off wearing a cloak during their walkout?
Not many.
Kyle Chambers is straight up wearing a cloak, dude. It is, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's the craziest part.
Yeah.
I would have guessed 0 would be my first guess.
It's Halloween.
And now I know it's 1 because Kyle Chambers does it and it's awesome. I remember he was wearing it at West Coast Trials.
Yeah, he wears this all the time. I was
Yeah.
going to say, this is not a one-time thing. That's just what he wears.
Just walking around cloaked up, dude. Honestly, I got to get in the cloak game. Honestly, I gotta bust out my Gryffindor.
We know a guy.
Yeah.
Who can kind of hook you up in the cloak game. So
just unmatched style for sure by Kyle Chambers.
yeah. But just such a fun event from start to finish. You had the guy wearing the sunglasses the whole time, which I'm sure we'll get into. But just I just love seeing Eddie Bravo out there. You saw Jason Rao had his Vanguard team. A lot of high level jiu-jitsu just across the whole board. How long were these? It was like 5 hour.
It was like 6, almost 7 hours. I think.
So 6 hours of jiu-jitsu on Saturday and Sunday. Super high level jiu-jitsu. Like, what's better than that?
Yeah,
It's pretty sick.
I got something I want to ask you guys. I guess kind of more of a. I like to ask silly goose stuff, but this one's a little bit more real of a question. A lot of the times, especially for bigger production, bigger like super fight shows, which I feel like you can kind of lump the team stuff into more of like the super fight category, right? Kind of like the duels it's
Super professional.
Yeah, it's like it's professional event as opposed to like I guess like a individual bracket, but whenever quintet, the most recent quintet, it started so early that you basically woke up and just jiu-jitsu was on, you know? And then also the last time AIGA happened, and it was in Kazakhstan, it was just on. I've decided that I think the best time to do professional grappling, like high production shows, are just like Saturday and Sunday morning. Like honestly, like start at 9 a.m. I want to just wake up, start drinking coffee and watching the show. We watch a lot of jiu-jitsu, but honestly, we don't get to watch a lot from the comfort of our home, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
We usually are there, which is obviously like very grateful. It's a blessing to get to be Matt side for so many of these great events. But in the times where we do get to be home to watch an event, it is like, it's kind of nice and, it just feels good. But that's my favorite experience is sitting there drinking a cup of coffee, watching an event as soon as I wake up, leaving for like an open mat, like a noon or something open mat, coming back and there's more jiu-jitsu to watch. Plus I get to kind of catch up on like what I missed. So I did think like if I had one thing to change about this AIGA, they started at 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is 6 p.m. Central where we are. And it just seemed to run so late. Dude, all these pro shows start early. Like I'm wondering if we should W&O start like Saturday at 10 a.m. Like it's just like such a great time to watch jiu-jitsu. It's like almost like in place of college game day or something like that. You can sit and watch a jiu-jitsu pro show, and it's not going to compete with like a Sunday night whenever you're kind of like
everybody's watching NFL.
Yeah,
winding down the day.
That was
doing your stuff that you need to do before the week.
That was the big thing for me. It was like I wanted to watch this, but I also kind of wanted to like get everything in order to kick off the week and whatnot. Where it's like Sunday morning, it's like you want just that kind of easy watching, like this is sick. I don't have to think about it. It's just boom, it's on. FloGrappling stream is flowing perfectly, no oopsies, no bad stuff going on at all. It's just smooth, baby. Good jiu-jitsu right to your TV screen, your phone if you're using the app, whatever it is, however you prefer to watch your jiu-jitsu, get it delivered direct.
Entire first day live streamed on YouTube for everybody. A lot of free jiu-jitsu being put out for the fans.
So what do you guys think about that? I guess I kind of went on a monologue there about how much I love watching jiu-jitsu in the morning, which is maybe that's nothing, but
it's a little bit more of your European jiu-jitsu bias as well.
Yeah, straight up, it's very European tray.
Yep.
European tray.
I like to maybe have like one half cigarette and watch my jiu-jitsu. You guys, that's
yeah.
Nick Kroll.
One half.
I like have maybe one half cigarette, and then I'll have lunch, and maybe that'll be like two half cigarettes.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think when it starts dragging later and later into the evening, I know there was people that I was texting with back on the East Coast about the event, and kind of as it kept rolling on, those texts started coming back a little bit less enthusiastic, a little bit less common, right? Crazy thing would happen. If it happened super early, kind of around like 2 p.m. or not 2 p.m., but just earlier in the day, I would get everybody text me, "Oh my God, it was crazy!" This armbar by Francisco Lowe or whatever. But then crazy stuff would happen one of those last like 2 or 3 matches, and then like one person might hit me up being like, "Damn." And that was just kind of all I got.
Yeah, just it starts fizzling out.
It starts real fizzling.
It's getting late, but go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it gets a little harder to stay tuned the later it's getting into the evening, but
yeah, there's a sweet spot for sure.
Yeah, no, I think you just made a good point there too about like there's just nothing better, especially that Saturday during the day, where it's like you kind of wake up, watch some jiu-jitsu, and then go train.
Yeah,
like that's just like the perfect Saturday, to be honest.
100%.
Kind of wake up a little later than usual, because it's the weekend, and then pop on some live jiu-jitsu. Like you're like, oh shit, I'm seeing Kyle Chambers do some cool stuff. I'm seeing Adam Bradley do some cool stuff. And then that just motivates you. That just helps you kind of get in the mood. And then now you're going to open mat, or you're going to the Saturday class, just flipping. Stunting on everybody, just doing sick.
As I do.
Yeah. So no, I love that kind of just like early morning jiu-jitsu, then get into like the 11:30, open mat or whatever. Like that's just a perfect Saturday. So I see that all day for sure. Like I can get behind that.
For sure. Do you think there would be is there any room for like a W&O to go in the morning? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, because it's tough. I feel like because like the venues and stuff like that, you know, want to do alcohol sales and all that thing. That's kind of like how a lot of the venues, I feel like, kind of.
It would be very hard from the actual like in-person side for sure.
Yeah.
Selling tickets and whatnot. But,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But, you know, obviously IBJJF tournaments start 9:30 pretty much every time, and you know, I do think we're just kind of like spoiled in general, like I said, or like you said, from being Matt's side for so many of these things. You know,
Yeah,
so
there's probably a lot of people
like,
out there. It's like, yeah, bro, we watch jiu-jitsu at 10 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, okay, my bad.
yeah. That's kind of what everything's on, right? So.
Yeah, true. But let's go ahead and just dive into some of these AIGA moments, matches. You know, I think the first one, Joe, you got here. This is Alan Sanchez working his way to a guillotine here. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yes, sir.
play that. But
mute that. Alan Sanchez of Finishers taking on Legion Scott Bowler.
Yeah, awesome to see Legion out there. To be honest, have a team.
I thought that was really cool. Their team they kind of went through some struggles after the first one, though, right? They had a few guys drop off. Like I know Adam Bradley had to pull out.
Yeah, by the time it came to the and Tyler Brown at 70 and their guy at 60, they weren't able to produce a 60-kilo guy. So by the time they got to their second matchup of that first day in pool play,
Look at him go for this like cradle situation.
yeah, there's a great cradle. I think to a guillotine sequence, by the way. Super interesting.
Sorry, but Alan does have a really underrated game, a really underrated like a submission game. I feel like he's got a lot of cool submissions.
Big time. Yeah, Alan is definitely like one of those under the radar guys who picking up big wins. And that's kind of what, and look at this front headlock work is really super solid. And that's what finishers a lot of times is like they get a lot of these guys before they blow up, you know, who are super dangerous, bring a certain style where they're super submission heavy. And there's the tap.
Got the anaconda, right?
Anaconda. Sorry if I say guillotine.
Yeah, I thought it was a guillotine too.
I was hurting my neck right there.
Yeah.
Everything hurts your neck.
Alan Sanchez, I thought he had a great performance in this overall, but he also is just a dope dude. W&O vet.
Fought Mika Galval, right?
Yeah, which is obviously, you know,
tough route.
Mika's Mika. So, but like definitely a guy who I think should probably be back on the Who's Number One stage eventually and kind of into that world. But Joe, zoom in on that referee.
Yeah, big time.
Because this is actually the coolest thing that happened for the entire event. Is this referee on day one rocking the shades, bro? This was nuts. That you might be able to just close out a full screen and then just zoom on your trackpad, like with your fingers.
It's not letting me go.
Just separate your fingers like that on it.
I'm trying.
I don't know. We're not technical gurus by any means, but overall, though, this referee, there it goes. This referee rocking shades, bro, on the mat and just looking like, I don't know where this referee's from, so no offense, but looking Eastern European as hell. Just out there rocking the tattoos. He's got the freaking AIGA fit on, looking like a stud.
You don't mess with that ref.
Bro, this guy looks like the Terminator. Or at least a character in the Terminator. Yeah, once he stances up on us right here, just pause it right there when he stanced up. Oh my gosh, dude. That's the coolest guy in the venue. If you're at AIGA Live watching this and you see that dude post up like that, just one hand over the other, shades on, looking cool as hell, and you brought your girlfriend to enjoy some jiu-jitsu, cover her eyes. Immediately cover her eyes. You cannot afford for her to see that there's other men that exist that are this cool in the world because you'll never live up to that. And maybe I'm projecting, but I don't know.
Honestly, if you're insecure enough, throw a drink in her eye. Not even let her like have the option where it's going to be a thing because this is not a good situation for you.
Yeah, resort to dire consequences, all right? This is threat level midnight if this dude freaking like if your girl gets any sight of this guy.
Take sunglasses, put sunglasses on her so she is unable to see.
I assume this guy went home with 10, 15 potential girlfriends.
Big time.
Potential mates.
Yeah, potential mates from the night.
Yeah.
10 to 15.
I assume this is the guy who put up the $1 million for AIGA. I can only
he was like, I do not want my identity to be fully known.
This is Mr. AIGA.
Now in a sad turn of events though, I think he was wearing the sunglasses. Did you say he had like an eye infection? Or
No, they kept saying on the commentary, yeah, he's got a bad eye infection.
well, that's a bummer.
Not as good.
If you wait, he should have just said like, "Nah, everything's good. I'm just badass." Oh, why am I wearing the shades? Cause I'm badass. Dude.
Yeah.
But
We should have done the podcast with shades on for sure.
I thought about that. Yeah,
messaged me and said that we should all come in. And then what'd you call it? The Alley Cats and Glasses Association for AIGA.
Shady alley cats.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so that was a great one. What next match you have for there?
So-
Although I will say, like, yeah, that like
Great part.
We're burning the lead a little bit. That was the coolest part. Was that
Yeah.
referee wearing sunglasses? I don't even know what else we should talk about. But like,
All right, who we got here? Yeah, Ryan Aiken as well, having a great year. You know, I think we're all getting super high on Ryan Aiken. He's a fun guy to watch. Obviously, he's been in the scene. You know, he's been having a good couple years, but this one specifically.
yeah, kind of obviously like made his debut in ADCC. Got a submission first round over Pedro Mourinho, current WNO light heavyweight champion. He's going to be defending his belt soon against Isaac Michel. But Ryan Aiken obviously kind of putting on a big performance. Ryan's just a dude that I've found myself enjoying watching more and more. You know, it's kind of like
Big time.
obviously he's had a lot of success, but I just keep being like, oh shit, Ryan Aiken's on. Better watch this one.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of made his name this year in the classic 10th Planet way of winning an EBI, right? He went into that crazy EBI. He beat Big Dan.
He's like a while ago though, right? He was a combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he was a combat jiu-jitsu guy before that, which has also become a super EBI way to do it, or a super 10th Planet way to do it. And he's turned into one of their best guys. He's a little bit more Atlanta-based, I believe.
Not where you want to be right here.
Yeah, this is just
On
a
bottom.
super miserable position.
When watching this, I was wondering if he was going to end up going for like some sort of smother. Is that in the 10th Planet system at all? Smother choke?
Mother? Probably.
Probably so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, this is kind of, you can just tell the strength that Ryan has there.
For sure.
Like
Yeah,
that,
because that guy, he taps and immediately just like starts getting out of there.
gasping for air.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's a beast. And Ryan will fight from like 185 to like fight Big Dan. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel he's just so all
Ryan
over the
Aiken
place.
fighting 185 just doesn't seem
He
possible.
looks huge, man. He looks
He
like a
is
big
huge.
dude. Yeah.
He is huge.
Yeah.
But very
he's also
technical.
he's not a dude who like looks big on TV and then you see him in person and he's small. He's huge in person as well. So it's kind
Look
of
at
crazy.
coolest hand raise I've literally ever seen in my life from
Yeah.
this referee. Kind of like
Oh, he's putting a little sauce on it, dude.
Damn, that was
Boy
cool.
literally said, "All right, I guess Ryan wins."
And the winner is.
Yeah, dude, that was way too smooth of a hand raise. Man, dude, what a blessing it is for these athletes to get their hand raised by this guy.
Shout out.
Yeah,
We're being totally real about this.
dude, straight up.
Yeah, us too.
Honestly, I hope I end up getting to go to Kazakhstan to film the finale, and I'm not talking to any of you when I get there. I'm hanging out with that guy only. I assume he'll be there. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna stay with him, and I'm gonna party with him the whole time, dude. Me and the sunglasses, dude. This guy's cool too, but not quite as cool as the sunglasses.
This match is kind of hilarious.
This match is kind of hilarious. Yeah, this one I feel like definitely shows like 10th Planet, their style always, so strong as a team. I feel like when 10th Planet, like when one guy goes, there's like 14 guys in the corner. You know what I mean? Like every single time, like they have the entire squad going up there to rep.
Certainly on the broadcast, you could hear when 10th Planet would go nuts, and you could hear when Checkmat was going nuts. Checkmat was going absolutely bonkers, but I think that's mainly due to Lucas Leitch was like igniting the team. Lucas Leitch says get going.
Well, they're
Boys, get
local
going.
too, right?
Yeah, for sure. I still think Lucas Leitch #1 power ranked craziest coach out there when he
I'll
wants
get
to
you
be.
hyped.
Yeah.
I'll get you hyped for sure.
This is where Gio goes into this kind of insane entry to the twister, right?
It is a crazy entry into that truck position. Gets his guard past. Garofalo had some fun matches. Didn't have a ton of success, but had some really fun matches over the weekend.
Anytime Gio's fighting, though, you got to watch, man. He's always good.
It
He's always good for some
rules that
crazy
he's
stuff.
like, yeah, big time.
This
It rules he's like back. You know what I mean? I feel like Gio was away for a minute.
The dexterity of
his own
Gio's
thing.
entire body is
Yeah, this like if somebody does this to you in the gym, like you're so mad that like you would just kind of like past his guard, and now suddenly you're in this twister position.
Keep it going.
Well, I was gonna say, so he's going for the twister here, which is kind of an issue because that is totally illegal.
Right. So right there, you see him talking to Eddie. He's like, "I'm not twister. What?"
Just in autopilot. Is
Yeah, 100%. What do you mean I don't twister?
Yeah, I twister people. This is what I do. What are you talking about?
Well,
Tell me to stop?
Now I have the.
Yeah, you have the Eddie video. Yeah, so we got Slack Barrett's out there. He was filming this one. He was in the corner for this, but so he has the full interaction between Eddie and Gio going back and forth while this is happening. Josh, the producer, can we play the audio through the broadcast so that they can hear it, or no? All right, so we're gonna try and see if we can play this audio for you guys. I don't think you would want to play it on your laptop because that's just gonna be like more noise in studio. But I'm not sure how that works.
Here you see him. We just saw a clip. He's yelling, "Don't go for it! Don't go for it!"
Yeah, Eddie's freaking out. Who would have thought the day we would see Eddie Bravo denounce the twister and say that he hates twisters and that he doesn't want to see it?
Like, what a position for Eddie Bravo to be in, screaming, "Don't hit the twister."
Yeah, it's so
like, this is literally, he would hit twisters in tournaments that they were illegal as well.
Yeah, he just straight up, or at least like set it up.
It's sort of his thing, is hitting twisters in tournaments where it's illegal.
Turn your audio on, see if it...
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's just playing through his laptop, though.
Let it
go.
He's yelling at what?
Twisters aren't allowed. They're illegal. So, and he was about to twist the guy. Dead, Gio, you forgot you almost twisted him? I was like the world's best. He was looking over and we're going, no. And he's like, why? I thought you liked this move.
Yeah, he's like, why?
Lock the legs out, twister. No, twister. You can't do it. No. You can't twist it. Let it go. I hate twisters. Twisters aren't allowed. They're illegal. So,
Yeah. All right, mic's back on and everything. All right, so we got obviously an insane moment there.
Hilarious.
Eddie Bravo.
Hilarious.
Also, what a showman.
Be your own. It be your own.
Yeah, be your own. What a showman Eddie Bravo is too. Just in the moment, just I hate twisters. Like, he knows he's getting filmed, and this is just like a great video now. But I would say that was probably like the funniest, most standout moment.
I agree, 100%.
I love how much Eddie Bravo loves jiu-jitsu too. Like, the fact that he's just there 2 nights in a row, 6-7 hour shows, coaching his team.
100%.
Like that's another dude who really kind of lives the life that he says he does. Right?
No, dude,
he loves jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I feel like we were just talking about that, just like hanging out in the office the other day or on the mat or something, and it's just like, it's crazy that he's still just at every jiu-jitsu event. If there's a 10th Planet person, it doesn't matter which faction they represent, which freaking, bloodline they're in of the 10th Planet.
10th Planet Saskatchewan person has a fight to win fight. All right, I'll show up.
It's like Eddie's there, bro.
Yeah.
He's just there, and he's not there like just kind of like sitting in a corner being like, oh, damn, just here I am at another jiu-jitsu event. He's like in the mix. He's mat side. He's having fun. He's like, oh, dude, I heard about this guy. This guy rocks, dude. You guys are gonna want to, it's like, he just like is so into it. So it is
so
kind of
cool.
crazy to see, especially for a guy like Eddie Bravo, who I feel like with the Joe Rogan influence and everything, especially for a long time, like for a while where he was like hot on the podcast and everything, it's like he could have completely went a different route,
1000%.
went a more mainstream or
used jiu-jitsu to just kind of like catapult him into the MMA world, or just like kind of like the next thing.
How many people have we watched come through jiu-jitsu and kind of use it to transition to the next thing?
Yeah.
And they were not like as big as Eddie Bravo was.
Yeah.
Like he's here because he wants to be here.
Yeah.
So it is just, it's dope to see Eddie involved still and everything. And here's another 10th Planet guy here you got queued up, right, Joe? Kyle Chambers, who's next, veteran.
The most drip in jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about the
Drip or drown.
Yeah, love Kyle's style too, to be honest. The way he catches things.
Very snappy.
Yeah.
He's one of the few guys who's like actually really awesome in this outside ashi position. Like a lot of guys, like they'll end up getting leg dragged or just sort of pressured. He gets there and there it is.
Yeah, Kyle, genuinely one of the best leg lockers in the world. I feel like he doesn't quite compete.
Dude,
I know.
The swaggy 10 feet, dude. Give us a replay on that.
Hell yeah.
Do you guys think being 10th Planet, the coolest part is you get to throw up gang signs?
I mean,
It is nice. That is cool. It is cool.
I mean, that would be my favorite
But also
part.
just like Kyle's the coolest. Wherever Kyle went, like if Kyle was on any team,
He'd
he
figure
would
it
just
out.
like have swagger.
For sure.
No, yeah, one of the best leg lockers in the game right now, though. I feel like we're starting to see more and more Kyle, so that's pretty sick. And I feel like everybody's getting hip to just how good this dude's leg lock positions are.
It's crazy he fights at 170.
Yeah, he's
He is
another dude
huge.
that it kind of doesn't make sense, to be honest. Like, I have no idea how he would make
Yeah,
170.
fought Andrew Tackett at the ADCC trials there. That was kind of crazy to think that they both were in the same weight class.
But super sick performance by Kyle. This was a little interesting. We almost had 2 10th Planet teams, you know, at AIGA this time, because we had the finishers, which was like the Zach Maslany faction of 10th Planet, and then the 10th Planet
East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, a little East Coast, West Coast action.
Tupac Biggie action.
For sure.
Let's
But
get back to Checkmat a little bit.
Little
too.
Buddy Holly, Big Bopper.
All right. If we're going back
a
to
little Lubbock versus.
let's name some.
Oh yeah, a little Lubbock versus. I don't even know.
Just
Couldn't even get Buddy
College
Holly song.
Station.
Suddenly we're talking Big Bopper. We're getting Big Boppered. All right.
All right, let's roll with this. Bobby Winther, Francisco Lowe. So obviously Francisco Lowe, like you said, MVP of the tournament. Bobby Winther's a dope dude too, though. He had
super tough.
He got a win over Renee in this event. The first matchup was Legion versus finishers.
good wrestler, you could tell. You know,
Good wrestler,
good top
MMA,
game.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is such an interesting little 2-on-1. He knocks him over and then enters.
Oh, that was so slick.
But that is not
He taps.
Oh, it was a didn't catch that tap.
Yeah, didn't quite count. Didn't quite count, and so there's the real tap.
Which, hey, to be honest, I'm sure Bobby's getting a lot of like hate for that and stuff. But like, to be honest, ref didn't stop it.
Ref didn't
Yeah.
stop it.
So like, he's got to still try to defend it.
It's like, well,
you know?
ref didn't stop it, and Francisco Lowe didn't stop trying to break his arm.
Yeah,
so
yeah, big
I think he just went right back into like, let me make sure this shit doesn't snap in half. And
Yeah.
like
You got to kind of defend yourself a little bit.
Rewind it there to the beginning of that though, because that was pretty sick.
Dude, that was like the sickest. What do they call it?
2-on-1
Kazushi.
off- yeah.
Look, Kazushi right there, and then
Go back a little more.
oh man, that was dirty.
Yeah, he's going to knock him over to his shoulder. When he catches himself with that other arm, that's when he transitions
damn.
to catch it.
Wow,
Tap, tap, tap.
wow,
Rolls him through. Ref didn't stop it, so may as well keep fighting.
yeah,
Man, Francisco Lowe is
Another tap, tap, tap.
man,
badass.
that foot over the face.
Yeah, he's so sick, man.
got that Manawara power to him, huh?
Yeah,
One of the bigger Manawaras.
true.
He's no Shanji, the largest Manawara in captivity, but definitely on the bigger side. A lot of those guys.
Are we still waiting for the Tynan Francisco Lowe rematch?
Yeah,
we haven't seen.
Yeah,
that
I haven't
yet?
seen it yet. Haven't seen.
Probably gonna go down at the Crown, right?
Oh, okay, the Crown. I was like,
both
I know
ended,
they're kind of booked somewhere, but I forgot where.
No, they were booked at
Crown.
BJJ Stars, but then Tynan dropped out, got replaced, and so now they're both at the Crown.
Yeah, both. What division is that? That's the
Middleweight.
Middleweight. Yeah. So
That's actually like a hype match.
Oh,
That's a
100%.
hype rematch.
100%, dude. I think looking at all of it, the thing to jump into the Crown, I guess, real quick, you can pause this video, but to jump into the Crown, which is going down November 17th on FloGrappling, IBJJF's The Crown's the second year of doing it. I think the two hypest things is Adam Wardzinski coming back defending the heavyweight world championship title, basically. So it's kind of like, it's almost a little bit like you get done dirty as the world champion to be like, I won the world championship, and now all these dudes are going to come right back for
Everybody
me.
gets another crack at you.
Exactly.
But he
like,
does have other world champion Gustavo Batista in that bracket.
exactly, bro. And you know, like Gustavo wants that title, like, you know, so I think that's sick. And then the potential of Francisco Lowe versus Tynan is super sick because that one just left such a bad taste in the mouth of, I think, everyone, you know, whenever Tynan got DQ'd. A lot of people were coming after Francisco, but like, I think that was unwarranted also, to be honest with
Yeah,
you. It's
yeah.
like,
They were saying he was faking it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what you guys' memory from Worlds is, but I remember the Checkmat team in between matches, like working on his knee, like
Yeah, it
not really
affected
sure
it
if he-
affected him all the way through
was
the
like-
finals.
he
He
was definitely
lost the
here.
final because he was hurt, basically. You know, Jackson's very good as well, but
and it's also just, you know, I mean, like, you get DQ'd, you get DQ'd. Like, I don't know. It's
yeah, the
like
refs make those decisions.
Yeah,
Right? You just show up and try your best.
yeah. Francisco didn't write the rules. He didn't like judge the match. He just like did jujitsu. So I think it no matter what though, it's going to accumulate into like this huge potential clash between a couple of the most exciting guys. One guy who, you know, is obviously established as one of the best gi grapplers in the world now, and no gi, Tynan,
Yeah.
versus Francisco Lowe, a dude that like everyone knows has that potential of being one of the best, is right there on the cusp of like breaking through in so many big stages, putting on great performances, but also a very dynamic grappler, you know, can snatch submissions from everywhere, kind of wild submissions as well, like you just saw. And so it's like a fun little clash here we're going to potentially get to see at the Crown.
And there's just like so much kind of like just like pressure on them kind of outside of the jiu-jitsu, just jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu. I feel like Tynan, there's a lot kind of riding on Tynan to kind of right that wrong. There's a lot kind
100%.
of riding on Francisco to prove that he could make the finals even without the kind of the DQ and everything. So as its days have gone by, weeks and months have gone by, I feel like it's just that match has kind of grown more and more important.
It also, that match, the DQ basically continued the redemption arc for Tynan.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, 2024 Worlds was supposed to be Tynan's redemption. He lost 2023 to Jansen. It was like, wow, we saw Tynan lose. This is insane, Jansen became world champion. Tynan's like, all right, 2024, I'm back. He's looking good, DQ'd. Just like the worst possible.
Quarterfinals,
yeah.
like not even deep into the tournament or anything like that. Just kind of first or second round. And you're like, whoa, we're not going to see Tynan on the second day of Worlds now? Like,
yeah.
That really threw that. Sorry, please.
No, I was just going to say, but like now it makes it where the crown is actually the place Tynan needs to get his redemption or not. You know what I mean? Like, see what happens there, but kind of like finishing up that storyline of Tynan's redemption, which, building all that anticipation, dude. Call this the Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show. The guy, I got a lot of anticipation, dude. You guys seen that one?
I have seen the Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show. It is.
Is that
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Rocky Horror Picture Show? Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show. I must have watched a bootleg version. All right. I was wondering why there were so many dang hillbillies in that, dressed up all cute and whatnot. I was like, man, why's all these dang hillbillies all dressed up all cute and whatnot? What were you gonna say, Joe?
I played Rocky in a version of.
You did a Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show?
So you didn't watch it, you were in it.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Okay.
Seen the Tim
All
Curry
right,
version.
all right.
Well, you don't.
We got some
get the,
freaks in the room.
Yeah, you don't get the anticipation reference then. There's like it's like a big part. We'll be like
They say it so
"Ooh,
they can build
the
anticipation.
Oh.
And they like
work quoting.
Yeah, he was.
Got it.
No, he got it. He figured it out. Yeah, I was just gonna say for that bracket last year, the crown was also kind of the redemption for Tynan in 2023 too. After he lost to Jansen, came in, won the crown, and that was a good way for him to right the ship. Now he's got to come back and do it again. And how crazy it is that he's gone 2 years without winning a world championship when he has like 3 losses in the gi total.
that is crazy.
So it's definitely Tynan's definitely in a really interesting place in his career, also transitioning to no-gi. And that just threw that bracket into such a crazy place because it was kind of the Mika show forever. Mika kind of cleaned out that division, and then he drops down to lightweight. And that's just like, oh, okay, it'll be the Tynan show then. And Tynan's out, it's like, let's find out.
It's crazy. Sometimes anything can happen, So
You guys think we'll ever see Mika Tynan in the gi?
Yes.
we better 1,000%.
I hope we do, bro, but I don't know. It just seems like we never get it. That's the one that got away. Imagine if when it's all said and done, that's the match we look back on and we're like, man, if only it would have ever happened. It did happen at AUG.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we get 1 5-minute.
It was like a 5-minute match. No, hopefully we get to see that. Hopefully Mika and Tynan, honestly, start doing the absolute divisions as well. These years coming, now that they've maybe Tynan won't do this next one, but now that Mika's got the world title on his belt, of course Tynan's got a couple world titles under his belt as well. So
yeah, Mika, whenever he did the absolute for BJJ Stars, I think it was like BJJ Stars 10.
fought Tynan, fought Kynan and everything. Yeah.
That was hype, bro. That was super.
Nalati,
Yep.
yeah, had the sick match. With
He had
Nalati.
the tribal walkout too. He had people from his tribe and stuff walk out with him.
Yeah.
That was a bonkers event.
Yeah.
But all right, there's a little touch of the crown for you guys. We'll
detour.
Yeah, we'll break down that a little more in depth as it gets a little closer. But let's get back into this. We got Sid Tavalaro, little Sid Vicious, representing finishers, going up against Gustavo Lopez. Bro, this kid is. I mean, I feel like I've seen him for a while now, but now's the first time I've been like, holy shit! All right, Sid's tearing it up right now, like blowing up on the scene.
Very good, yeah.
What weight class is this? This is 70?
70 kilo, 155-ish. Yeah, Sid is somebody who's definitely coming up on the scene. He's looked really good on finishers before. Sick leg locker. Had a decent little run at, I think it was East Coast Trials he made day 2. And here you see he's just all
These crazy
over
positions
this
he's
guy.
getting in.
Yeah.
Absolutely all over this guy. So I definitely think he's one of these guys that came out of AIGA, even though his team didn't win, kind of raising his stock, which these events are always good for. You have this many people. You're going to see a couple of people who are super sick who maybe you weren't aware of them beforehand. To me, Sid Tavalaro is a great example of that from this event for a lot of people.
For sure. Rate the hair, Reed. I lost my right to talk about it.
True, you did. No, okay. He's got a good flow going on. I didn't realize that he had it bunned up and then it came unbunned. Like, that's pretty sick.
That is sick. Unbuns during a match, it's pretty sick. We would have you rate the grip strength, Reed, but you're no longer the number one.
Oh, jeez.
That's true.
I was long enough, though, you know.
The longest reigning.
Yeah,
the longest
exactly.
reigning.
I retired.
How you're a big bun come undone during a roll guy.
Am I? I feel like my bun always stays pretty.
No, but it gets like it scoots further
lowers
down.
down.
And
Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
real loose.
Yeah, it gets
like
looser.
far away from its
For sure.
original anchor point.
And he's got this kind of bouncy haircut that just like kind of just naturally stays out of his eyes, it looks like. So
That's actually like great. That's great for him. I felt like mine was the opposite. Well, I shouldn't even talk about it. I'm sorry.
what's the young kid there that we were talking about from the Dallas area there?
Dallas area young kid.
Jet Thompson.
Yeah, Jet. That's what I was thinking of. Jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a long hair guy.
Would that be a good match for Sid? Jet
That could potentially be
Sid?
an awesome match for Sid.
Yeah?
100%.
I do think that would be insane. I'm not gonna lie though, isn't it cool though when we'd be putting like young guy versus young guy? I kind of like established middle-aged guy versus young guy, but this probably would just be an insane match. To me.
At a certain point, the phenoms got to go against each other for sure. But yeah, maybe not out the gate. Build these guys up a little bit.
There was
I think this
Brutal.
he's about to
This is
finish it,
brutal.
yeah.
Oh, look at the way he trapped that second leg there.
I was gonna say on the outside heel hook, the way that he's tucking the legs on the inside, like an inside heel hook, is very common now. This is also how Gordon got Josh in the last WNO main event. There's the tap.
nuts. He had his hand wrapped over the heel. Is that how he was doing it? Is that the Zach Maslany grip? I feel like maybe I'm choosing the wrong grip. I'm not that versed in all these particular finishes, but I'm pretty sure Zach Maslany shows the like hand over the heel grip.
Could be. I've seen a couple of different people use it. I've never heard it as the Zach Maslany grip in particular, but it is absolutely a sick one. I don't think you get a better pull on the heel, which creates a lot of that twist and twist torque, which really, really destroys the knee. You can see this guy is definitely feeling it.
Can we watch that finish again?
If it is the Zach Maslany grip, then Zach Maslany, bro, freaking throw me some credit, bro. And if it's not
Trying to popularize.
and if it's not the Zach Maslany grip, then Zach Maslany, make a video telling me what is the Zach Maslany grip, I guess, so I can better understand it, and tell me what this one is.
Yeah, look at the way his right hand is gonna snake over and grab the heel. It never leaves the heel. There, it's on the heel now. And so now he connects his hands, rolls it through. There's maximum braking pressure here going on.
Oh, brutal.
Tap.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, brutal finish there.
Yeah, because that guy did not have far to
Oh,
go to
baby.
get off the mat. You know what I mean? But just couldn't roll, couldn't move.
Do we know what belt Sid is?
I do not.
I think he's a brown belt, but I'm not sure.
Really?
Okay,
Yes.
on the come up.
He's a beast. What other ones did you pull, Joe, to look at? I feel like I don't know how long we've been going. It's like 1:36 right now, recording time. There's a little peek behind the curtain for anyone. We're recording at 1:36 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, Renee, Francisco Lowe. You know, obviously this is a tough one. Do you have?
I don't have it like pulled to the like.
Yeah. What are just the other potential things you wanted to watch?
Oh yeah, sure. I also
had
have.
pulled. Yeah, let's watch this Mateus Luna Sam Schwartzapkel. This is a good one.
Yeah, Sam, you do not have the easiest last name to pronounce, so I'm just going Sam during this one versus Mateus Luna.
Yeah.
This was the final 10th Planet in Checkmat, which ended up being, I thought, a whole lot of fun, even though 10th Planet had some guys out. And here you see Mateus start to snatch onto this arm, and that's going to be big, big problems.
It goes wrong side triangle with it.
And then
he starts kind of like separating this arm. This is like
Choi bar.
Choi bar.
Yeah,
That's
Ooh.
are you sure?
it's one of the names of it.
Gotcha. I always see it as the reverse arm lock. I know Majid hit like a few of those at trials, South American trials. He has like an instructional on it and stuff, but it is a pretty sick submission.
Going for this double unders.
100%. Choi bar is named for the, I think it was an MMA fighter, maybe a grappler,
Yeah.
Hu Man Choi.
I thought you had to throw the leg over to this side to make it a Choi bar.
I think anytime you're on the arm in that ude gatame position, they call it a Choi bar. But also reverse arm lock works great. Violin arm lock, If you're on BJJ Heroes, that's what they call it. A lot of names. One of the best arm locks you can do.
Mateus Luna has been an exciting guy for a long time. You know, always been an explosive, exciting dude out of the Checkmat camp. Obviously, Checkmat, there's a lot of legendary grapplers who came out of there, Bushesha, etc. So Mateus Luna doesn't quite get a lot of shine or a lot of
Boys are stoked right
recognition, but he's always there,
sure.
throwing down with all those guys, Panza and everybody. So you know that he's got sick jiu-jitsu. Him and his brother, of course. They're always fun to watch.
100%.
In the training room, they'll do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, they do nuts stuff in the training room. This is the final match of the final round of the final match of the final duel of the final day.
It's actually not.
Damn it.
It is, but it is
an ultimate.
Checkmat officially locks up the team title.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. So it is when.
So Elder fights next, and then
there's I think 2, maybe 3 more fights, but like this is Checkmat has their shot into the Champions League final. You see the big celebration from all the boys. I thought it was a real team victory. Everybody produced. Everybody helped make this happen. Everybody was winning matches. Looking
Dory there. Dory had some fun matches.
Big time.
he had a sick one with Ryan Aiken. I thought that was a sick match.
That was a sick match.
Tight, close match. The boys going crazy. The boys getting hyped.
Yeah.
So that's a big moment for him. Igor Moreira, very tough guy, but for him to come out and like deliver this for the Checkmat team, maybe he's not one of the like A+ Checkmat guys that everybody talks about, but he was able to come through when they needed him.
He just jumped in on it.
Jumped out.
He got in on the celebration. All right, respect.
That would be so funny to just
Go back a little bit. I feel like he like literally does like a fake like I'm gonna get in on this.
Wait, who?
Chris, the 10th Planet guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the 10th Planet guy.
He does. He so does. Yeah, that's really funny. That's a good sport by him.
Yeah, that's jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and he had Igor here had won the first 2 rounds, and so he gets that win right there.
Yeah. So overall,
Awesome event. So what does this mean?
So now Checkmat has punched their ticket to the finals, like the final bracket in Almaty, Kazakhstan, where the winning team wins $500,000, right?
Yes.
That's the final grand prize for like basically what we just saw. I think they'll do another team block type of thing, and that'll eventually produce the final winning team who wins $500,000 for their team at the AIGA finals. So far, it's Team Kasai qualified from Brazil. Mm-hmm. Team Eurotrash qualified in Turkey. Checkmat qualified in the U.S. Modolfo is the returning champions. Does Universal Fighters get to return?
So I'm now not 100% sure who is in the Champions League final. I'm going to try to talk to AIGA to find out, to update everybody. But Universal Fighters may or may not be in. 10th Planet over the weekend may or may not be in as well.
Yeah, so that was like something a little weird that happened where it was originally announced that 2 teams would qualify from the U.S. qualifier, whereas like Brazil, it was like on the graphic, 1 qualifier, But maybe there was a little bit of a mix-up where it was more so 1 team legitimately qualifies from this one, but then with a high likelihood that a second team will be invited if they have like a good performance. So you would think that would be 10th Planet. They obviously got second in this, lost in the finals against Checkmat, but did also have just a good performance, a good showing. So I don't know what the official, like Joe said, like they're in or they're not. I know Checkmat is for sure, and it seems like maybe 10th Planet is going to be in.
10th Planet right now is operating as if they're in.
Yeah, but those are the teams that I know are in. Eurotrash from the Turkey qualifiers. Team Kasai, which was like Andrew Tackett, just Dorian Oliveira. It's kind of like a super team that Rich took down there.
Mourinho, Jimenez, great guys.
I think Kynan was supposed to be on it, but he ended up not being able to make it or something, so maybe he'll come back for
a lot of good guys.
Modolfo, returning champs. Obviously, I don't know what the Team Modolfo is going to look like now. I don't know if
Giancarlo.
I feel like half of them are on Team Kasai.
Yeah. Well, it's like Giancarlo, Mika, Diogo, Felipe Machado, Dante, Colabate. So
Luke, man, if
Luke, Big Dan, we're both on it.
Okay, so yeah, man, if all these teams hit,
it could be an absolutely incredible.
It's gonna be so much sick jiu-jitsu. It's gonna be
For
crazy.
sure, dude. No, I think the Champions League finals are gonna be
when are they?
Unreal.
When is that?
Hopefully at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
We're not 100% sure exactly when the Champions League final is going to be.
It'll be in 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, still working on finalizing everything, but it is.
We're not.
gearing
They
up to
AIGA is. So
Yeah, they
we
are.
we don't schedule their events, but
well put, but yeah, we're getting that working.
yeah,
They're
2024 they have I think one more Asian qualifier, I believe, and that'll be in Kazakhstan, and then 2025 at some point they'll have the Champions League finals where we'll come together atop a mountaintop in Kazakhstan.
Well, that'll be exciting to see the kind of what teams Asia kind of puts together and stuff like that. You know, see if you get like
sure.
a Carpe Diem team or something like
an
that.
Alione or something like that. You know.
Oh, yeah,
there's some
Alione.
good, connections for sure.
Yeah.
They competed in the last one.
Honestly, like a Sydney West team or something, like an absolute MMA team or something.
epic.
You know, somebody from Australia would be super dope.
Now that I think about it, though, actually, Acai Republic was the runner-up, right? Universal Fighters was the one in the qualifier.
The qualifier.
Had they beat Modolfo, but Modolfo
Yeah.
won the qualifier. But then Acai Republic was who they met in the final. So now I'm like,
Maybe Universal Fighters does the Asian.
yeah, because
Okay.
the original thing to put AIGA on the map, remember, was like they had like 2 or 3 Dagestan teams.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had the
Team Khabib.
Team Khabib, Universal Fighters, which maybe was Team Khabib. I can't remember.
No, I think they were different.
Okay. And then, but like, so it was like, oh, whoa, we're actually going to see like Dagestan grapplers go up against ADCC champions and veterans, you know? So it's like, what is going to happen? Obviously, Gerbeg, kind of that's where he debuted. And now he's got a little slice of both Dagestani grappler and a ADCC veteran. So, but yeah.
You're seeing a lot of talent, a lot of good opportunities. You know, these guys get what 3-4 matches at least in these qualifiers
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's like it's a good weekend for a guy like Sid to just kind of like get some experience and get some
Sure.
big wins and everything like that, and kind of put himself on the map. So
Yeah, obviously the rules are, it's like ADCC leaning, you know, like with the half the period not points, half with points. Same rules, right, for takedowns and everything, pulling guard, but then it's broken up 3 5-minute rounds. So a little bit of an interesting dynamic, but kind of cool to see dudes do kind of game this system a little different, but you also get ADCC experience within that rules. So
yeah,
super good stuff. A lot of fun watching AIGA. I think, what do we got next? We got Nogi Pans
Nogi
coming
Pans
up,
in like
dude.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so Nogi Pans, the jiu-jitsu's not stopping. We went through that little lull
Here we go.
period. You know, there's like the smallest off-season of any sport is in jiu-jitsu, you know, for like a couple weeks, and now we're kind of kicked back up. It's going to roll. We're rolling from this right into Nogi Pans, right into the Crown, right into BJJ Stars, right into who's number 125 on December 4th, right into Nogi Worlds, right into IBJJF Euros, and then who even knows from there, dude? I might make my own event at Gunslingers European Jiu-Jitsu where I start hosting some super fights, because that's what this podcast was always all about. This podcast
Gunslingers.
was always about the Gunslingers European Jiu-Jitsu, coming soon to Lubbock, Texas. And so if you're an investor or you know someone who might want to be an investor, then call me soon so I can get Gunslingers going. But that's going to be the FloGrappling Show today. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's always a pleasure having people, you know, leave us comments. Watching the podcast means a lot. We're trying to make it consistent. Every Monday afternoon you can expect a new episode from us. But we'll see you soon. We'll see you in the next one.
I was thinking of Susie Q.